This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and we are doing a Valentine Collab, which is a video premiere collaboration. Raul Reynolds and Jasper are hosting it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So, you can do 15-minute segments up to 3, and I chose 3, and Raul asked me to do another one, so I volunteered. So I'm going to do mine in parts, and the first part is going to be a lot of demonstrating, and I hope that you enjoy it. I'm going to try really hard to make it into 15 minutes. And I'll probably skip some things, and I'll try to backtrack in the other videos. I made some notes. First, let's cover some of the supplies that you'll need. Notes, paper. The notes are for me, but also for you. Scissors, ruler, some type of adhesive, whatever you're used to. If you need a protective base, if you get to gluing, I like to use wax paper. There are also those sheets, those like Tim Holtz sheets that protect your surface. Fabric. I have some Valentine fabric here that I got at the quilt store, and different types of paper. I have copy paper below here. That is what is preferable to use. Whatever paper, you can use different types of paper, but you'll want something relatively thin. And I also am using some book paper out of a book. So this is just a book that I'm tearing apart. Let's see. I think that covers most of it. You might want to use some charms, but be aware that you don't want big, thick things unless you just want to photocopy the original, and then your big, thick charms will look small and slender. Some type of coloring you might want. These are watercolors. Pencils, you'll want pencils and a pen. I'll be using pencils, an X-Acto knife, pens, pencils. I like these Tombow markers, although they are water soluble. So you'll see me picking these things up. I'm sure I left out something. Oh, and a mat board if you're going to be doing some cutting. So what I want to get into first is kind of planning out your zine. Now, a lot of people don't like to plan or mind map. They'll just sit down and go to it. And I do that too, but I thought since this is for a hop, I wanted to plan it out so that you could see what I'm doing and what my thought process is. So I want to point out that the theme of this is Valentine, and this will be airing on February 7th, which is a week before Valentine's Day. And so I'm going to gear all my zines toward Valentine's. But what we're doing here, what I'm going to cover in my notes here, can be used for any type of theme. And you might want to keep these things in mind as you're thinking about your next zine. First of all, where do you get inspiration? Well, for this particular zine, I got a lot of inspiration off of the internet. I went to the publicdomain.net, I believe it is, for images. I'll put a link to that in the description below. I go to WIKI a lot for research, just because I feel like it's fairly trustworthy. There are some things in there that you might want to research more, but also it's in the public domain. So I'm fairly comfortable that I'm not using anything that is not available to anybody for it's 11 copy paper. And I learned how to make a zine from Tanya McGuire. She did almost a zine every Sunday a few years ago, and from Dee Dee Willingham, who has demonstrated this technique of making a zine many times in her streams. So, by the way, Dee Dee just had a birthday on Sunday. Wish her a happy birthday if you see her. So you do what Tanya calls the hot dog fold, which is folding it vertically. Then you fold it horizontally, like this. And I don't know how much time I'm spending when I'm doing this. I'll probably have to edit this video and maybe speed up some of this, but we'll go on with this. So I folded it. This is the hamburger fold, and this is the hot dog fold. Then you fold it in half again, and what I like to do is keep it folded in half and fold the sides to the middle here, horizontal, sides to the middle, and get it as close as you possibly can. And if you have a bone folder, I didn't get mine out, but I'll use the edge of my scissors here. And sometimes I just take my fingernail, and even if I have short fingernails, it works, because I put my bottom fingernail underneath of it, and then I kind of use my thumb and do it like this, and just give that a nice sharp crease, and do it the same here. And then I will take and bend it back. But let's do the other side. You do both sides. Fold the sides to the center, like this. And there's different ways of doing this. Some people leave their paper open when they're folding to the middle, but I like to have mine half closed here, so that this kind of says this is where I want to fold it. And you'll see a lot of different ways. The zines are very popular. I was going to look up the history of zines, but I know they're more recent in our culture. I think some artist started it along the way. I read about it once, but I forgot his name, but it's out there. Maybe I'll mention it in another video. So here's my zine. You want to get these sides as nice and neat as possible. And this is a rectangle one. So I'm going to save that one off. That's how to fold a rectangle. But I do the next videos. But you get the idea. What I really want you to think about is this information. Especially if you're making one that you want to give away, or if you're in a swap. Research it, make notes, make lists. Can be used for any theme. It doesn't matter. We're doing Valentine here. Get your supplies together. Find out any words or quotes you want to use. Think about your shapes, your colors. What images do you want? What kind of techniques and folding are you going to do? You're going to do a square one. You're going to do a shaped one. You're going to do a rectangular one. Think about the different types of zines you can do. A booklet. I like to make shapes. Wish I had my... I thought I brought it in here, but I don't see it at the moment. Oh, wait, here it is. More notes. More notes. I got my verses that I want to use on there. Here, I'll show you the lovebird ones really fast. Because I was making little square zines, and I was showing how to do the templates. And here are what I ended up with, the lovebirds. Right here, the shape. And when I get to doing the zine, I'll show you how I drew these out. But here is my little lovebird zine. And when you open it up, so you've got connectors there and connectors here and connectors there. I did something wrong on the diamond one. I'll do that one again. But this is my little lovebird one. And so I'm going to write some verses in here. I use this is a template. These are all templates here. First I did a fat lovebird. Don't be afraid to experiment. I did this one first and said he's too fat. He's been eating too many seeds. So then I folded it in half. And folded it in half like this. And that's how I got two lovebirds. Because when you open it up, you get them facing each other like that. And we'll do a zine like that in probably the number 4 video, which it's on the schedule. So there we go. Have fun experimenting with all the different things that you can do. The hearts, the big hearts, the squares, the lovebirds. Make your notes. I'm looking for my heart. I lose things on my desk. I have to warn you. I think I put it under here. Here. Make lots of templates. Here, I was playing with doing a zine on just something like that, where I called it the X and O. I got a little X there, an art in the center, and an O there. And then you could write around. There's a million different things that you can do for shapes. Here's my big heart. I wanted to get out here. So the square, the rectangle, the little heart, the big heart, and the lovebirds are the shapes that you'll be seeing me doing in the next videos. So thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun.